Primo's preview, week 6, Titans, Raiders. Let's talk about it. What is the deal? What is the mood Saturday, day before kickoff? What is good, Raider Nation? I am your host, Raider Primo. Primo's preview, week 6 edition, Titans, Raiders. We are going to be previewing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm calling it the Trash Bowl. You got 2 1-4 teams or going at it. Is the season a wrap? I said last week it's looking like the season could get ugly. The AFC West, you could say it's still open. Chargers 3-2 in first place, tied for first place with the Broncos at 3-2. The Chiefs are 2-3, and then we have the Raiders at 1-4. But I think the problem here is why I'm saying you guys why the season was a wrap last week is we have seen nothing from this Raiders team as a whole to be excited about, to even believe that they can possibly have a chance to turn this around. Now, they do have a lowly 1-4 Titans team coming off of a win. This lamp just fell right next to me. The Titans are coming off a win against the Arizona Cardinals in a shocking, could you say shocking? I mean, they came off on a lucky interception, fumble. It was a wild game for the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, they've been blowing leads all season long. I think this is their second or third blown lead. But the Titans, Cam Ward, in that game, checking the box score here, you guys. Cam Ward in that game went 21 for 39, 265 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He did carry the ball 5 times. -6 yards. So the Cardinals did keep Cam Ward pretty contained for the most part. He was sacked twice in that game. In the rushing department, the Titans had Tony Pollard, their leading rusher, 14 carries, 67 yards with 1 touchdown. But I think the story is going to be their defense. Kyler Murray didn't really explode in the game. He did have a touchdown. 4 carries, 25 yards on the ground with 1 rushing touchdown, but in the air, a little bit more to be desired. 23 for 31, 220 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Did get sacked 3 times. And Cam Ward's interception, you can argue it was costly. Luckily, the defender fumbled the football in the end zone. And then for the Raiders, they are coming off a beatdown, a belt-to-ass whooping by the Colts. We know how that game went, you guys. I don't really have to, review it because, we know Geno Smith, 2 interceptions. Offense couldn't really get anything going. The defense letting the Colts have their way. A.J. Cole blocked a punt, getting injured. Everything that could go wrong in that game, you guys, went wrong for the Las Vegas Raiders. Is it going to be another week of nothing can go right for our Raiders? We're going to take a deep dive into that, but I want to acknowledge the chat, you guys. You guys are what makes this show happen. You guys are what makes the channel stay on. We got CGR in the building. Raiders Primo, salute to you. We got Raiders for Life in the building. Good afternoon. Hey, good afternoon to you, Raiders for Life. And I'm hoping our afternoons tomorrow is not ruined by another Raiders loss. Let's go with the offensive rankings for the Tennessee Titans. Right now, you guys, the Tennessee Titans have one of the worst offenses in the league. The Tennessee Titans ranked 31st in total offense with 233.8 yards per game in 2025. According to Fox Sports, they were also ranked 25th in scoring offense and 30th in total points. We're going to take a deeper dive on the offensive team stat leaders here for your Tennessee Titans. In the passing department, in total yards, the Raiders are a little bit in the middle of the pack team with 1,051 yards passing. The Tennessee Titans, like I said, they are one of the worst passing teams in the league, ranking down at the 31st rank with only 743 passing yards. You guys, they are averaging 148.6 passing yards per game. In the rushing department, you are going to have the Tennessee Titans down at the bottom of the barrel once again. They are 20, I believe that's 27th in the league in the rushing department with 426 rushing yards on the season, with averaging 85.2 rushing yards per game. This is one of the worst offenses in the league, you guys. Now, comparing that to the Raiders, they are actually in the middle of the pack on both sides of passing and and rushing, with 563 rushing yards on the year, averaging 112.6 rushing yards per game. They have 1,051 yards passing, 210 per game. This is where it's gonna get ugly, you guys. And it's gonna be the giveaways. As you guys know, the Raiders are leading the league in turnovers, and I don't think that's a shocker to anybody. They are leading the league with 10 total turnover, or they are second in leading with 10 total turnovers. That is given to the Cincinnati Bengals, who have 11 on the year. But when it comes to the interceptions, Geno Smith leading the league by himself with 9 interceptions. That is not going to win you football games. That has been the story of the Raiders' 1-4 start, is costly interceptions and bad interceptions, you guys, as well. For the Tennessee Titans, they are not turning the ball over a lot, mainly on the ground, you can argue, but they only have 3 interceptions that are given, 4 fumbles that they have turned over, 7 total giveaways. And as for the defense, you guys, the Tennessee Titans are in the middle of the pack with 8 total takeaways. The Las Vegas Raiders are at, actually, let's go to the total, you guys, for the league. The Raiders are down at the bottom of the league, you guys, with takeaways. They only have 4 on the year, and we're going into week 6 with the leading takeaways. The Tennessee Titans are in the top 10 in takeaways with a total of 8. They have 5 fumbles and 3 interceptions for their defense. As you guys know, the league leader is the Jacksonville Jaguars, who we have in 3 weeks. We're going to preview that game when it's the time. Let me get more into your comments, you guys. Chronicles, we need a Genty show this week. Coach Pete made that clear in his presser. If we don't win, fire Chip Kelly. The thing is, Chronicles, if we do lose against the Tennessee Titans, I do expect firings to happen, but I don't think Chip Kelly is going to be one of them. I do believe it will be Tom McMahon, as our special teams has been subpar to start the season. You have, like I said last week, you have AJ Cole, who has a blocked punt. The week before that, Daniel Carlson has a blocked kick. And Daniel Carlson has not even been, money. He's been missing a lot of 50 plus, 40 plus field goals. He has not been money as in years past. And Tom McMahon has been here for 4 years, and the special teams has been very, very, we could call it terrible. Let's call it what it is. They've been terrible at the start of the season. Let me get into some other stats, you guys. Give me 1 second. I've been having trouble with NFL Plus right now. I don't know what is going on with their account. My gosh. I signed in. Can I get in? That's the thing. Can I get in? And then in other news, you guys, I can't believe I didn't start it off with this. Jakobi Meyers, you guys, there's been a report coming out of Henderson that Jakobi Meyers could possibly be moved prior to the trade deadline. This is coming from Raiders Resistant on Instagram. If I could find it, man, my internet is acting slow. I got a new Wi-Fi box, you guys. So bear with me. I got a new Wi-Fi box, and so we're testing it out. It's acting a little slower than I would hope for. It was crazy. I'm actually connected I'm connected to it. But this is coming from Raiders Resistance on Instagram. Report from Jeremy Fowler on ESPN. Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Jakobi Meyers is a trade candidate that the Raiders can potentially deal ahead of the November 4th trade deadline. One other receiver from a struggling team to watch could be Jakobi Meyers. The Raiders and Meyers couldn't reach a deal before week 1, despite his trade request. And with the Raiders sitting at 1-4, interest in the player could tick upward. Let's see if I think you're maybe can get a 3rd round pick from him. Because of and you guys, we could blame Geno Smith for this because of his production. He has no touchdowns on the year, you guys. Let me see what his stats are right now. He has. Let me see. He is averaging 0.3 touchdowns. So on the year, you guys, so far he has 171 reception, or that's routes he's ran. Sorry, I'm looking at Next Gen Stats. He has 39 targets, 25 catches, 290 yards, no touchdowns. He's averaging 11.6 yards per reception. His catch percentage, 64.1%. His average of separation is 3 yards. In his past 3 games, you guys, 4 catches, 32 yards, 4 catches, 30 yards, 3 catches, 63 yards. Again, no touchdowns on the year yet. Going into week 6, you can maybe get a 4th round pick with those stats. I mean, maybe the production from last year, you can possibly pick up a 3rd. But based off his production right now, you guys, I don't see us getting a 2nd round, a mid round, maybe a late round pick, 5th or 6th, or maybe 4th. That might be stretching it, but I'm going based off production, and he has not been producing. Yes, you can argue that's the quarterback that is giving him the lack of targets in the red zone, or even just lack of targets in general. And also, I agree with you here, Chronicles. Jacoby's checked out. I mean, go look at the film last week. Heck, you could just see it in live and living color. Last Sunday during the game, Jacoby, it seemed like he was half-assing out there. And just like I agree with you, Chronicles. To me, just going based off his body language, he's completely checked out of this regime. Chip Kelly's too predictable. His play calling is ass. I agree, Chronicles, but we keep doing this year in and year out, this revolving door of firing coaches. I agree with you. His play calling is terrible at the start of this season, but we keep firing coaches year in and year out. Now, who is an offensive coordinator or even an offensive-minded coach that we could possibly bring in? I really do not know right now because I've not been studying up on any coaches. I am not treating this season like we are going to fire Pete Carroll or we're going to fire Chip Kelly. The only head I see getting fired is Tom McMahon. That's the only guy that I see getting fired because he's been here for 4 years, and this special teams has looked bad at the start of this season. You gotta have some. We always preach about stability, right? This is where the Raiders, I believe, made a mistake. You hired a 74-year-old head coach. What is the end game here? Is the end game Chip Kelly being the head coach here? If it's not, then why is Chip Kelly here as the offensive coordinator? Is he gonna want to stay as the offensive coordinator? We don't know. That's why I had to like it because we made it, and Pete Carroll was my 1B towards Ben Johnson, but I was really, really hoping that we locked in Ben Johnson because at least then he can go get his guy and he can develop his quarterback, and they're going to likely be a pair for years unless for whatever reason Mark Davis would have fired him in the first year. I say that because that is one of the problems that the Raiders organization is doing. We want, even as fans, we want immediate success. The problem is, you guys, we're not going to have immediate success. Reason being is we have past regimes who had bad drafting, bad coaching decisions, bad general manager decisions, that a new regime that comes in, they have to overcome that. They need 1 year to at least overcome the bad decisions from the previous regime. Now, that's not giving an excuse to Spytek. He still could have addressed the offensive line. He could have go get Shedeur Sanders as a backup plan in case this Geno Smith story doesn't work out. He didn't decide to go do that. Now, what I want to ask to the nation, and I wish I was a fly on the wall in Henderson, what was the conversations between Spytek and Pete? Did Pete want Spytek to go draft a quarterback? Did he not? Did Spytek just follow the orders of the head coach? Who's to say? He went out, drafted 2 linemen that Pete Carroll does not want to play, and then he was forced to play them because of injuries to that offensive line. I mean, this is for me, this is Pete's handiwork all over this. Going to get Geno Smith, not wanting to play the offensive line, that not putting JPJ at center, not activating Grant, not activating Caleb Rogers. Like, your offensive line has started off really, really poorly. Now, they have gotten better, you guys, as the weeks have gone by. And now we're just looking at Geno, Pete's guy. We're looking at Geno Smith and wondering what is going on up here, because he is throwing some horrendous interceptions. And we're going to take a more of a look at Geno Smith going into the previewing the game, because I know a lot of people are talking about it. When should the Raiders bench Geno Smith? 9 interceptions in 5 games is disgusting, you guys. And the fact that he is still starting is it's making me think, like, are we really tanking? Are we really tanking? Shout out to Taino Raider in the building. Salute to you. Salute to CGR still in the building. Thank you. Thank you for holding it down in the chat. Chronicles, a desperate team will give up a 3rd round. And if we take it, if we get a 3rd round, Chronicles, I'm all for it. Our old OC is our quarterback coach now. And hey, Chip is a little bit younger, more than Pete. A little bit still on the older side. But when it came to head coach, Chronicles, I wanted a young head coach. I mean, look at all around the league. You got the Jaguars with Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence beating the Chiefs, you guys, in a Monday Night Thriller, 4-1 in their division. You got the Indianapolis Colts. I know Daniel Jones, you can argue he's kind of a still young quarterback. He's a vet, but heck, the Colts are kicking ass with Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones, and for whatever reason, it just seems like the Raiders can never get it right. They can never get it right. Let's preview. Let's go into this game, you guys. Let's get some insights on the Tennessee Titans and the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's see if I can get anything on the game from Next Gen Stats. Here we go. The tell of the tape. The Raiders are 30th in points per game, 16.6 point differential. They are minus 56. They are 30th in the league. The record in close games, they're 1-1. That's tied with the Titans. They're both 1-1. They are 21st in average margin of victory. Turnover differential, they are minus 6. They are basically dead last. They are 31st. I'm putting them dead last. They are 6th in total penalties with 31, so they don't get penalized often. And the Titans, on the other hand, 41 total penalties called on them, 21st in the league. Turnover differential is at 0 for them, 13th in the league. They are 31st, right below the Raiders in points per game with 14.6. Their point differential is minus 68, 31st in the league. Again, right below us. I'm telling you guys, this game is basically the Tank Bowl, if you guys want to call it. This is the Tank Bowl. Or not Tank Bowl, Trash Bowl, whatever you want to call it. Like, you previewing these two teams right next to each other, they look exactly identical right next to each other. They're like twins. If there was no ranking system, you guys, You're talking about Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen is our quarterback coach. He used to be the OC under Gruden. Oh yeah, I remember. We always have Olsen up in the building, huh? We always have Olsen up in the building. And I know people want to blame Greg Olsen or blame Chip Kelly. What is the issue with the quarterback? But I'm telling you guys, I'm looking at Geno Smith. I don't like. It's crazy because what can you coach a 34-year-old quarterback? He's seen it all. He's been in the NFL for 12 years. He's not a rookie quarterback. What can the coaches do for Geno Smith? Like they can't. What are they going to coach him that he doesn't already know? He knows not to throw it in double coverage. He knows not to throw it in triple coverage. Like, what else can you coach him? Speaking of Geno Smith, you guys, according to Next Gen Stats, when blitzed this season, Geno Smith is averaging 8.9 yards per attempt, the 10th highest mark in the league. All of his league high 9 interceptions have come against 4 or fewer pass rushers. The Titans have blitzed on just 17.2% of dropbacks this season, the third lowest rate in the NFL. This tells me, you guys, I don't think the Titans are going to blitz a lot. I think they're going to try to believe that they can get home with 4, and if they don't, they're just going to try to see if they can create some takeaways off of Geno Smith. I mean, that's a scary stat to read, right? Like it's not like he's getting blitzed. Like a lot of people are blaming the offensive line that, they're not holding up. He has pressure in his face, but go look back he has clean pocket time and time again, and he is just throwing it right to the defenders. It's not, you can argue one of them was tipped last week, but again, I looked back at it. If it's not tipped, there's possibly, it could be a touchdown, but it's like a 50-50 ball. There's a 50% chance it's a touchdown. There's a 50% chance a defender makes a play on it. It could get tipped in the end zone or it could get intercepted in the end zone. He was throwing into traffic. He said he's seen an open man and Jack Bech in the back of the end zone. What he didn't see was that there was 2 Colts between him and Jack Bech. That's what he did not see. So who knows? But it got tipped. Like I said, the defender was reading his eyes. He just needs to stop locking on his number one read. Jeffrey Simmons leads the defensive tackles with 20 total pressures, you guys. He also has 13 pressures and 4 more than any other defensive tackle. The Raiders have allowed the second highest interior pressure rate this season with 10.4%. The lone bright spot has been center Jordan Meredith, who has allowed a pressure on 4.9% of dropbacks this season, the 13th lowest rate among centers with 50-plus pass blocks. Meredith pressure rate is 3% lower than any other starting Raiders lineman. I don't care. JPJ should still be at center. I don't care reading that. JPJ should still be at center. In other insights, you guys, Ashton Jeanty has a rushing success rate of 60.5% on outside runs, the second highest mark among running backs with 30-plus carries. In Week 5 against the Colts, he averaged 6.6 yards per carry on his 8 outside runs. On inside runs, Jeanty's success rate is just 25%, second lowest among that same group. His rush EPA on inside runs, minus 25.5, is at least 11.4 lower than any other running back, Ramondre Stevenson with minus 14.1 under Ashton Jeanty. And I do think this is going to be a Jeanty game, you guys. The Titans have one of the worst rushing defenses in the league. If you are not running Ashton Jeanty, Chip Kelly, Pete Carroll, then you're just showing me that you want to lose this football game, that you do not want to win the football game. Because, hell, even against the Bears, you guys got away from Ashton Jeanty when it was clearly your quarterback is struggling and Jeanty is running like a madman all over the Chicago Bears, and you are not giving him the football in the fourth quarter when it matters. You guys are always treating these games as if you're getting blown out outside of the Colts game where you are actually getting blown out, and against Washington. But against the Chargers and against the Colts, or not against the Colts, against the Bears, you guys are treating the game like you guys are getting blown out and not running Ashton Jeanty more. Hell, get him involved in the passing game. You need to give Ashton Jeanty more touches. Actually, speaking of which, he also has at least 100 scrimmage yards in each of his last two games. Jeanty did not have more than 70 scrimmage yards in any game in weeks 1 through 3. On the opposite side, we look at Cam Ward going against the Raiders defense. Cam Ward has a drop back success rate of just 34.9% this season. It's the second lowest in the NFL. His overall completion percentage, 51.8%, is 6.3% lower than that of any other quarterback, and he's completed a league low 30.8% of his passes of 10 plus air yards, which is is under the league average at 47.9%. He is way below the league average. Cam Ward has just 2 passing touchdowns in 2025. That is tied for the fewest passing touchdowns among all qualified quarterbacks with Joe Flacco, who recently just got benched. I believe he got benched, 2 weeks ago, a week ago. Cam Ward is not having a good rookie campaign, you guys. He is not. And it would be the Raider way to make Cam Ward have his breakout game against the Raiders, right? It would. Chronicles, start by coaching his ass to throw to black jerseys. I agree, Chronicles. I don't know if you caught my preview last week. The preview, or was it the preview against the Colts or against the Bears? I was like, man, can someone tell Geno Smith to throw it to the black jerseys? Throw it to the white jerseys. Someone tell him to stop throwing it to the opposing team jerseys. Because that's the thing, right, Chronicles? He's hitting them right in the numbers. That's why these 9 interceptions are a cause for concern, because it's not like the passes are just not going Geno's way. He's throwing it right to defenders. Right to defenders. Daino, JPJ against Simmons will be top O-line watch. And it's gonna be fun to watch, but I believe who knows where they're gonna line up Simmons? Are they gonna line up right in front of Meredith? Knowing that I know what the stats say, saying that he has he's 13th in low pressure rate. The thing is, I do believe Meredith is one of the on that line. He is the weakest link on that line. Are they going to line Simmons up against Parham? I don't know. Will they line him against JPJ? Maybe, but I believe the Titans know that JPJ is one of the best, or right now the best on that offensive line with Colton Miller out. He is the best offensive line on that line. So if they line Simmons against JPJ, yes, awesome O-line, trenches battle to watch. But the smart thing, Taino, that the Titans probably is going to do is put Simmons on one of our weaker linemen. So that means Dylan Parham has to step up. Meredith is going to definitely have to step up and try to open some holes for Jeanty in the run game and give Geno Smith time, but that might not even matter. He might still throw some interceptions come tomorrow. CGR Primos, do you think the team will show a better effort this game? I think they will, CGR, but it's also based off the opponent we're going against. What worries me, CGR, and I know I'm looking forward and I'm looking ahead, but let's look at next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. That might be another game where it's going to be like the Colts, where this team is just not going to look like show up. They're going to look defeated out there. They might get blown out. I know a lot of people have said, hey, we played the Chiefs close in the past, and the Chiefs don't look great right now. They don't. But again, like I said at the top of the show, what have we seen to have any confidence that this team can turn it around? The offense looks bad outside of Jeanty. The defense looks horrible. The secondary can't cover. Caillou Kelly. Look, another Pete decision to start him, and he's leading the team. I think leading the league in most yards given up by a corner, if I'm not mistaken. Isaiah Palomalu looking lost out there from time to time. And then on top of that, just when you think it couldn't get worse, our special teams is not showing up. Daniel Carlson is missing kicks, having kicks blocked. AJ Cole injured off of a block kick because we're using some stupid ass formation that I still don't understand looking back at the film. how we're just gonna leave a guy unblocked for basically feeding AJ Cole to the wolves. Like from offense to defense to special teams, CGR, like what is a bright spot? What bright spot do we have? We don't have one bright spot in going into this game. This is a game, CGR, honestly, that I'm looking at. Who wants to lose this game more? This is going to be like the Bears and this is going to be like the Bears and the Raiders game was very, very entertaining outside of the 3 interceptions that Geno Smith had. But it looked from the perspective, who want to lose the game more? Caleb Williams and offense couldn't do nothing. Then interception thrown to Max Crosby. And I think he also had a fumble in that game also that gave us the football. I'm not 100% sure. But it looked like a game, CGR, where the Bears didn't want to win. The Raiders didn't want to win. That is the game that I'm expecting tomorrow. You guys remember the Vikings-Raiders game a couple years back? That 3-0 nasty, boring ass game. That I didn't watch it because I was at a birthday party, but I had to watch the film to that, watch the replay to that. I don't know how you guys sat through that game. That's the type of game I'm expecting tomorrow. Is going to look like a great defensive outing, but it's just no, both offenses are just that bad. They are just that bad that they are making each other's defenses look great. Alec M, salute to you, bro, for pulling up. Thank you. Appreciate the support. Caillou Blue had bad other corners, not good either. And that's facts. I mean, Graf pointed it out, and he pointed it out that Darian Porter, he only got targeted twice, I believe. Basically kind of shut down the half of the field against the Colts. But was that a testament to how good Darian Porter played? Or is that a testament to how bad, like, hey, I'm just going to pick on Caillou all day because he just can't cover. He can't cover a nosebleed. We got one of the mods in here, Raider Scorpio. Appreciate that you are in here. What's up, Raiders fam? Salute Primo. Should they give Pickett a chance if they end up losing to Tennessee? Oh, all day, every day. Here's the thing, Raider Scorpio. If Pete is all about this competition, right? Compete. JPJ is in competition with Kappa for the right guard position. There's always a competition there. Your quarterback leads the league with 9 interceptions, Pete Carroll. After that Indy game, Raider Scorpio, I'm going to Geno Smith. Yes, he's the starter going into this game, but I am letting him know that it's an open competition. Quarterback 1 is an open competition going into Tennessee. If this offense looks the same at halftime, or he throws a pick in the first half, there should be no reason Geno Smith goes back out there in the next drive. There should be no reason. Kenny, 2 gloves, Pickett, time, baby. That's what should happen. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to win, but we're going to look better. All I'm saying is it's already getting worse. Just when you think it can't get worse, if Geno Smith goes out there and is throwing interceptions right to defenders, already has an interception, 2 interceptions, you got to bench him. You cannot wait for the game to end and another loss. Especially, let's say Ashton Jeanty's going off. Let's say the defense is going off, creating turnovers. And then you have Geno Smith out here throwing interceptions, just giving the ball away. And you don't bench him? Tell me you're tanking without telling me you're tanking. Alec M, special teams coach should have been, I'm assuming, shouldn't have been hired in the first place. Yeah, he shouldn't. I mean, hey, he came over from the McDaniels coaching tree. That should tell you all you need to know. And what's crazy, Alec, we assumed that this offense was going to go off. You had Geno Smith, who's a good bridge quarterback, at least from what we've seen from Seattle. You bring in an offensive mastermind in Chip Kelly, who just coming off a national championship with Ohio State. You draft a guy in Ashton Jeanty. We believe that we're going to be a running football team. You're going to be a smash mouth, run the football up the middle, up the gut, run through people type of football team. And we're having Geno Smith throw the football like 35 plus times, and we're not giving the football to Ashton Jeanty. That's diabolical. Why draft Ashton Jeanty at 6 if you're not going to use him? That's what needs to make sense to me. Why draft a guy at 6 if you're not going to play him? Shout out to Farrell Raider. Farrell, part of the 50-50, him and Severe, that I believe they put it on, it's either Mondays or Tuesday nights. He put a stat out there and discussing. He got it from Josh DeBow. The Raiders have ran 39 red zone plays, you guys. 39 red zone plays. Ashton Jeanty has 9 carries out of those 39 plays. 9 carries. 9 carries. That means the other 30 times, you're putting the ball in the worst red zone quarterback's hands. Geno Smith is rated as the worst red zone quarterback, you guys, and we're putting the ball in his hands more than our 6th overall pick. By a long shot. By a long shot. And yet, Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly expect this offense to succeed in the red zone? When I don't know what more you have to see out of Ashton Jeanty to be like, let's give him the ball at the 5-yard line. Let's give him the ball at the 9-yard line. I don't care. Bro, fuck it. If it's the 14-yard line, you give it to Jeanty. They run with him one time and then they get away from him. Your quarterback is struggling terribly, and you keep giving him the football. I get it. You want to try to help his confidence build up, but it's not working, Pete. It's not working, Chip. Yeah, bro, that Vikings game was disgusting. Oh, Alex, especially with our offense. Alex. Or Alex. Our offense will make those DBs look like all-stars. Rated Scorpio, so far this team is worse than last year. Never thought, but it don't surprise me. I just thought there'd be a little bit more competitive, Scorpio. Shit, they were more competitive last year. We lost a ton of games, but they were more competitive last year than they are this year. It's like, make it make sense. We have a Hall of Fame coach. We have the highest paid offensive coordinator. It's like, bro, make it make sense. I'm telling you, like, someone needs to call like a priest or, bro, call Derek Carr to come like do a cleanse on the Raiders headquarters. Like, are we cursed? Lika, as bad as it sounds, I have Geno throwing 3 interceptions tomorrow if he doesn't get his head out of his ass. Pause. No, bro, no pause. He doesn't need to get his head out of his ass. And you know what's crazy, Lika? If he throws 3 interceptions tomorrow, he would have 3 games in Allegiant Stadium with 3 interceptions. That's crazy. He's played 2 games at Allegiant Stadium, you guys, and he has 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions at Allegiant Stadium, you guys, at our home stadium. And he's playing worse. He's playing terribly. Alec, all coaches and Geno are on the hot seat if can't get shit better in the next 2 weeks. I agree, but I got to ask you, Alec, what are the options for head coaches? What are the options? I know the option at quarterback. I know, bro, I don't know how many times I got to tell people. I got an option at quarterback. You draft your quarterback. I've been saying that shit. We just got to find the right coach now. Raider Scorpio. If Geno still be the starter, it's just telling me they tanking and hopefully they draft a franchise quarterback. If they don't draft Mendoza or Sellers or Moore, bro, just a first round quarterback. That because wouldn't that be the most Raider shit though, Scorpio? We get a top 5 hit and they don't draft a first round quarterback. That'd be the most Raider shit. Lika, I'm like a punch away on my wall just looking at the special teams. Bro, Lika, when you got Zamir White out there covering kickoffs, that's when you know it's bad. That's when you know it's bad. When you got Zamir White out there covering kickoffs. Axel Raiders 0-0. Ended, bro. Are you saying that's gonna end in a tie? Bro, that'd be wild. Bro, the fans, whoever shows up for the game tomorrow, and if that ends up like at a 0-0 tie, they deserve their money back. We ended up with New York Jets Geno. Oh my gosh, that's hecka funny. Chronicles, Geno has always sucked in the red zone. Give it to Genty. Chronicles, your guess is better than me, man. Why they're not giving it to Genty? Your guess is better than me. 9 carries in the red zone for Genty? What are we doing here? I get it. The offensive line may not be great and they might struggle at times, but we've seen what Genty can do. That's why I'm like, what more do we have to see from Genty for them to give him more carries in the red zone? Shout out to Demokes. I missed the old Geno. Straight from the go Geno, chop up the soul Geno, set on his goals Geno to Geno. Right, Demokes? Now we say No. Hey, bro, for real, Leakai. That's probably why my Wi-Fi was acting up. I knew I shouldn't have called Geno Smith to hook up my new router, bro. I knew it. Bro, right, Alec? Right? And the thing is, Alec, I said that about Aiden O'Connell before when he went during the Josh McDaniels regime. I said, bro, Jimmy Garoppolo's playing bad. Why are you not putting in Aiden O'Connell? Just see what you have in a kid. He's a young quarterback. See what you have in a kid. And I'm going to say the same thing about Cam Miller. Do I want to see Kenny Pickett? To be honest, no, I don't. I feel like we know what Kenny Pickett brings to the table. But at the same time, we've seen guys like Daniel Jones change it around. Baker Mayfield change it around. With different organizations. Could Kenny Pickett be that guy for us? Maybe. But you got to play him sooner than later if this continues being a shit show. And if it continues being a shit show, if it gets worth with Kenny Pickett, Alec, you might as well bring up the kid Cam Miller. Hey, bro, we got a priest in here. Hey, I need you to go to Henderson, Nevada, go to the Raiders headquarters, go to Allegiant Stadium. I need you to do some cleansing. Bro, I don't know what you need to do up in there. You need to do something. We got a curse up at going on in Henderson. CGR, at this point, we better off seeing what unproven rookies can do because Geno clearly ain't shit. CGR, bro, you're preaching what I've been preaching. I've been preaching since when we were 2-7 in 2022. People were upset with me saying we needed a tank. I'm not saying we need a tank. I'm saying throw young guys in there. See what you got in the young guys. Make this an evaluation year. If you're gonna lose football games, make it an evaluation year then. But that's diabolical. The refund game. Damn. Leak eye, F it. Just throw Laki Tasi out there. Let rookies ball. Bro, right? I'm waiting to see Lucky Tassi out there. I'm waiting to see Lucky Tassi out there. Right, bro, right, Lika? We always got the bad record, right? We don't got the good record. We always got the bad record when it comes, I believe, since Jim Plunkett, Geno Smith has the most interceptions in 5 games since Jim Plunkett did it. I don't know when he was it, like in the 80s or 70s. That's still disgusting. It's been years since that's happened, and this is the Raiders record you're gonna be setting, Geno? Bro, he needs the holy water, the baptism, exorcism. He needs the whole enchilada, bro. Whole enchilada. Whole enchilada. Axel, from 2003 to 2010, we didn't win more than 5 games a single time. Believe it or not, we've been worse than we are now. I know, Axel. I know, but we're 1-4 right now. We're 1-4 right now. And honestly, looking at the division you got, or looking at the schedule, like, let me pull it up. Let me pull up the schedule. Let me pull up the schedule because I don't see another another win. Maybe the Giants, but they just bought out themselves, destroying the Eagles. Let me share this. Let's take a look at this, you guys. Let's take a look at the screen. Let me make it a little bit bigger, y'all. Do you guys see another win on this schedule? Maybe the Browns. Maybe the Giants. Maybe tomorrow. 3 to 5 wins is nasty work for sure. It is. Look at that, you guys. Look at that schedule. And you guys, we did a preview. We did a schedule preview. I predicted 7 to 8 wins. But now looking at how the team has been playing, you guys, it just seems like they're getting worse and worse as the weeks go by. They're not getting better. They're getting worse. They're getting worse as the season is going on. And I said with the defense, a lot of question marks. And I do think that the secondary is going to go through their growing pains. The defense is going to go through their growing pains, but I believe that the offense can win us some games. At this point, you guys, I had us at 3-2, 2-3 at the worst. I had 2 wins against the Patriots and the Bears. I had losses against the Colts, Washington, and the Chargers. But I had a feeling that it would be the offense that we can hold up. But I was like, the defense might be sketchy at the beginning. But as the season is going on, I believe, okay, the defense can probably get better. The team can possibly get better as the season is going on. They're looking like they're worst. They're looking like they're worse every single week. Coach, team is an abomination. You spin facts, coach. You spin facts. Let's get into the injury report, you guys. Let me bring that up real quick. Let me get this off the screen. Let me actually wrong one. That's what I want. There we go. Let me pull up the injury report, you guys. I knew I was forgetting something. I know I did see though already, you guys, that Brock Bowers, he is out for tomorrow's game. You guys, I don't think there's any surprise there. Kind of pisses me off, you guys, because I was saying in week 2, I thought the injury to his knee wasn't severe. But then judging by he needed a brace on it and a compression sleeve, I was like, you know what? Just sit him in week 2. You don't want to risk him being out for the year. Just sit him in week 2, see how he is for week 3. And if you got to sit him week 3, sit him week 3. Now, you might have to shut him down for the year or put him on the IR. We'll see how he does, next week against the Chiefs, going into Chiefs week. But the bye week will be coming after the Chiefs week, you guys, which is coming at a beautiful time. I'm usually against early bye weeks, but damn, man, Raiders always need an early bye week because they can never have their shit together. So the injury report is going to look like this, you guys. I'm going to share it with you guys, and then I'll read it off. Let me take that off. Come on. Stop screen. Let me bring it up. Hit that like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't already, and hit that bell so you guys are not missing anything future when Raiders Primos drops more content, or when we go live with any guests, or we just have a random live show. Do not miss out on those live shows, you guys. Hit that bell so you guys are not missing anything. So for the Raiders, let me bring it over here. Nope, I don't like that. I think this is going to be better. For our Raiders, Brock Bowers dealing with that knee injury. He did not practice all week, you guys. He is out for tomorrow's game. So it is going to be Michael Mayer season for tomorrow. He is back after dealing with that concussion. He was full on Wednesday, Thursday, and yesterday. So he is likely going to be active. Max Crosby is dealing with the knee, you guys, but he was also full. So he is likely going to be active. JPJ dealing with an ankle. He was full. Eric Stokes was limited Wednesday with the knee, but he was full Thursday and Friday. JJ Pegues dealing with the knee. Seems like he suffered it on Thursday, but he was full, so Pegues will be active. And AJ Cole, you guys, our punter, dealing with that right ankle, did not practice on Wednesday or Thursday. He was limited on Friday. He is questionable for tomorrow's game. The Raiders did sign a punter. You guys, they signed it, Brad Robbins to the practice squad this week. Robbins, he did punt it for the Cincinnati Bengals in 2023. He was cut in 2024 after starting the season on injured reserve. He was signed by the Buffalo Bills this offseason, and he was cut after week 1 this season. He has a 44.1 yards per punt average in his career, and he averaged 39.5 yards per punt on 4 punts with the Bills. Robbins went to Michigan. He was a 6th-round draft choice by the Bengals in 2023. How will he fit with the Raiders? Well, Robbins is needed because AJ Cole suffered a low ankle sprain in Sunday's 40-6 loss against the Indianapolis Colts. Pete Carroll did say that AJ Cole will try to kick Friday in an attempt to play Sunday. If Cole can't play Sunday when the Raiders host the Tennessee Titans at Allegiant Stadium, Robbins will be elevated from the practice squad to punt in the game. That can happen for the next 4 weeks if Cole's injury lingers. So it looks like it is looking like Brad Robbins. AJ Cole is questionable. I didn't get any word if he punted yesterday. Does anybody in the chat knows if he punted yesterday? If he practiced punting yesterday? Because if he did, then maybe there is a chance he plays. Depends on the severity of the injury and how is he punting also. Is he in pain when he's punting? We'll see, but he is questionable for tomorrow's game. As for the Tennessee Titans, they have a lengthy injury report. Their offensive line, Blake Hance, shoulder, he's out. Marcus Harris, their corner, he's out with the calf. Van Jefferson, the wide receiver who killed us with Baker Mayfield against the Rams in 2022, is questionable. Arden Key, he is out. J.C. Latham, their tackle, he's questionable. Was full yesterday, you guys, so chance he might play. Tyler Lockett, after not practicing on Wednesday, just needed some rest. He was full Thursday and yesterday. James Lynch, defensive lineman, they're dealing with a shoulder, was full yesterday. Bryce Oliver was limited, but he has been ruled out for tomorrow's game. Tony Pollard just was rest. Jeffrey Simmons dealing with an ankle did not practice on Wednesday, was full yesterday. Joey Sly, he's out. So it seems that both the Raiders and the Titans both are picking up some kickers. Well, we're picking up a punter, but he's out for tomorrow's game for the Titans. L'Jarius Sneed, a corner that I believe that the Raiders do got to watch out for. He might get a pick against Geno tomorrow, you guys. Don't be surprised on that. Was full, just needed some rest. Tajay Spears, the running back, dealing with the ankle, was full yesterday. And James Williams Sr., the linebacker, dealing with the wrist, was full. Kevin Winston Jr. dealing with the hamstring, was also full. So, yeah, you guys, lengthy injury report for the Tennessee Titans, but doesn't seem too much to be worrisome on their end. That is the injury report, you guys, for the Raiders and the Tennessee Titans. Our keys to the game, again, I'm not having a lot of keys to the game, you guys, because they're the same keys to the game every single week. Protect the football, run the football, and try to get pressure on the quarterback. Try to create some turnovers, some takeaways. Those are your three keys to the game. And I don't think I got to elaborate on it. I think we are all tired of seeing the same shit different week when it comes to this offense. It's the same keys to the game. Run the football, protect the football, and let's see if we can get some takeaways from the defensive side of the football. Let me get into your guys' comments before we get out of here, you guys. Final score predictions before we get out of here. 17-16. I mean, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, you guys. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm rooting for the Raiders to win this, you guys, but I wouldn't be surprised if they find a way to lose this game. I would not be surprised if they find a way to lose this game. Elite Guy, do you think NFL would all change turf into grass because injuries are piling up this year? I hope so, Elite Guy. I hope so. I think we all can testify growing up as kids playing football in grass. That's where you fell in love with the game. Coming home all dirty, filled with grass. I don't know about you guys. What I remember from playing football as a kid in the grassy fields is coming home itchy as hell going into the shower. I was itchy everywhere because of that grass. But there's nothing like it playing football on grass, man. And yeah, it's clear as day that turf is causing more injuries to players. They got to get rid of it. Leak Eye. They have to get rid of turf. I do not want to see any, that they're putting their bodies on the lines as it is. And you want to see teams. I mean, I believe Malik Neighbors is out for the year, and he got injured with a non-contact injury playing on turf. You want to see teams go against each other week in and week out at full strength and not have these freak injuries because of turf. You don't want to see that. CJR said, I personally hated playing on turf. Grass was so much easier on the body. It is. Shout out to Chewy's Raider coverage for pulling up. I practiced. And it wasn't really practice, but a couple of my friends, they invited me to go play some 7-on-7 football. And we went to a local school, and that school had turf. And I was so accustomed to playing on grass that I took one cut and my ankle gave out. And luckily it wasn't a big injury. I think I sprained my ankle. It was like a grade 1 sprain, light sprain, but I didn't play. I stopped playing after that happened on turf. I never play on turf after that. I never play on turf. Let me see if there's any other. Get your questions in, guys. Get your any opinions that you guys want to talk about the game before we get out of here, you guys. Let me see. Yeah, McMahon definitely got Cole hurt on that. That formation, bro, was disgusting. Keys to the game. 1, review what we did last week. to don't do any of that shit. Right? Axel? That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. It's like, I can't really go into detail my keys to the game because it's the same shit from last week. Run the football, protect the football, get turnovers. Y'all didn't do that shit last week. So let's do that shit this week, right? Taino says 27-13 Raiders. Alex says 2013 Raiders. That would, you know what, Alex? That would be funny as fuck if that would be the final score. Because we beat the Patriots 20-13. That would be hilarious if we beat the Tennessee Titans 20-13. That'd be hilarious. Bro, Chronicles, talk that shit, bro. Talk that Cali shit. Chronicles 24-14, whoever. I'm there with you. I'm there with you. Hey, thank you for holding down the chat, CGR. Appreciate being a moderator of the chat. Thank you. Thank you. You guys, before we get out of here, you guys hit that subscribe button. We are growing, you guys. We're at 565 subscribers, you guys. We are trying to get to 600 before the season ends. Heck, can we try to get a 600 by mid-season, by week 9, you guys? Let's run them numbers up. Share the link around. Share with your friends. Hit that like button to push this video out to more Raider fans like yourself. And also hit that bell so you guys are not missing anything from Raiders Primos. Alec M says, commit to the run game, Chip. Yes, Chip Kelly. Commit to the run game. 9 carries in the red zone for Ashton Jeanty is nasty work. Let's run them carries up. But with that said, you guys, I'm always going to root for our Raiders. I'm never going to root against them. It's always going to be Raiders. Every single time. I don't care if we're 1-10. I'm still going to believe that I'm going to wake up on Sunday hoping that they win. Am I expecting a win? No. But I'm hoping that they win. I'm hoping that they win. And also, I'm going to leave it with this, you guys. If the Raiders do win tomorrow against the Titans, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. The Tennessee Titans are a bad football team, you guys. And we're right there next to them. We are right there next to them. This is a bad football game to probably watch. I'm not expecting to see a great football game. If it turns to be a shootout, bro, hey, that's amazing. But I'm still not going to get my hopes up like, oh, maybe we could turn it around. No, they got to go out there and prove it. If you beat the Titans and then you go on the road and you can beat the Chiefs, okay. And you got a bye week that you can possibly build up some confidence. Maybe. Well, we got to see. We got to do a 1 week at a time. Right now, 1-4. Don't got a lot of optimism going into tomorrow's game, you guys. But I'm still hoping that the Raiders can pull out a dub. I'll see you guys for the recap show of the Titans and the Raiders. Till next time, you guys. Like Alec M says here, have a good night, guys. Peace. I'm going to say stay safe. Y'all have an amazing, amazing Saturday. Enjoy some college football if you guys are into that. And let's hopefully we can enjoy some NFL football tomorrow for a full Sunday slate of NFL football. But with that being said, you guys, have an amazing rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys Monday. And depending on how I'm feeling, maybe I'll do the recap show Sunday. But I'll see you guys latest Monday evening, 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. I'm out of here. Raiders Primos telling y'all to peace.